Hello, Internet. How are you today? I don't know why that British accent just came out, but it certainly did. So, there are a few things that I want to talk about today. I've actually been wanting to talk about them for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So, might as well get straight down to it, shall we? So, the first thing that I wanted to talk about today is the Spider-Man movie reboot. So, I know a lot of people have been like flipping their shit about this, thinking like it's such a big deal. What's going to happen to Tobey Maguire, and Sony did such a good job with the franchise. Those movies sucked. Okay, that's a little opinionated and I kind of take it back. But as a hardcore follower of the original comic books, the movies just didn't quite match up. And it's not that I'm not a fan of Tobey Maguire. He's a great actor. I just don't know if he fit Peter Parker. And Sony did such a bad job advertising, following through with storylines, character development. You know, it never quite works for me. I never felt like I was watching like the Spider-Man movies. So, as you can all assume, I for one am totally for the reboot. So for those of you who don't know anything about the Spider-Man reboot and this is like your first time hearing about it, Peter Parker is going to be played by, BAM! Andrew Garfield. Most of you probably know him from the movie The Social Network. He played like the best friend. And I, for one, think that he is a great choice to play Peter Parker. If you've ever seen his acting, he's very geeky in an adorable way. And I definitely think that he could pull the role off. And I even think he looks so much more like the Peter Parker from the original comic books than Tobey Maguire did. Another thing that I wanted to focus on is this new suit that they gave him. As you can see, the suit looks, well, a whole lot different than the original Spider-Man suit. And although you can't really see much in this picture here, we get to see the suit in a bit of better lighting, and we get to see Spidey in a better pose, and this time with his mask on. You'll notice that, unlike the other Spider-Man movies, instead of the lines on his suit being a silvery, almost whitish color, they're black in this costume, and I like that a lot better. I think that it gives the suit a bit of a more darker tone, and I think it just works a little bit better with the costume. If you look towards Spidey's wrist, you'll see the web shooters, which this time are on the outside of the costume. But at least one thing we know is for sure: our beloved Spidey will not be shooting webs directly from his wrists. These were actually created by Peter Parker because he's a bit of a genius, not because he was bit by a radioactive spider and got webs implanted into his skin. So now I know what you're thinking. Where's our favorite redhead, Mary Jane? She's not in it. No, instead the love interest in this Spider-Man reboot is going to be Gwen Stacy, which I honestly prefer. I feel like Gwen Stacy was Peter Parker's first love. I like her a little bit better. And she's being played by one of my favorite actresses, Emma Stone. Now, Emma dyed her hair blonde for the role, obviously, because Miss Stacy has blonde hair. And here are a couple pictures on set of Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone doing a scene as Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. But that's pretty much all I happen to know so far about the reboot, except for the fact that there's a rumor going around that the main villain will be Dr. Connors, which is awesome. But if you guys happen to find anything out that I didn't mention in this video about the reboot, please let me know, because I am honestly excited for this movie. I know it's not coming out until like 2012 or whatever, but I'm geeking out. And I might be dead in 2012. So, leave me a comment telling me what you think about the reboot, if you think it's a good thing, if you think it's a bad thing, if you're all for it, or if you want it to stay the original 3 movies with Tobey Maguire. Also, leave me a comment telling me what I should talk about in my next video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a video coming up about the new Captain America movie, which looks totally awesome. A review of Thor, hopefully, if I get around to seeing it when it comes out. And some other cool shit. So, comment. If you like my shirt, that's pretty much one of my favorite photographs of all time.